Hey everybody, welcome to our live stream. We have 100,000 subscribers on this channel, which is totally, I can't even think about it. I can't imagine 1,000 people in a room, let alone 100,000. 100,000 thank yous to everyone. Thank you very, very much. Hello to everyone who is in the chat. We're going to have a regular kind of cruise Q&A today. If you want to ask me any questions about cruises, want to ask me any questions about YouTube or getting to 100,000 subscribers, please leave a comment. If you can start your comment with question in capital letters or something in capital letters just to draw my attention to it, that would be very, very helpful. I also have a couple of clips that are from my first ever YouTube videos. Some of them are unlisted. You can't watch them, but I'm going to show them to you in this because it's interesting. It's funny for me to see. It's nice to see how far I have come, but you will definitely be able to notice the differences. It was amazing going back to those first videos. I saw names that I recognized from, these live streams, other cruise YouTubers who I've always admired, commenting on my first video in 2017. I think I made my first video. Hello to my mum and my dad and my granddad. It is nice to see you here. Hello to everyone who is in the chat. I had a couple of super chats before we even started. The thing about super chats is that they time out, so they have already gone, but thank you so much for that. Hello to the cruise boys who are in here, and hello to Sean and Kevin. Hello, Kevin, Brent and Daniel, Ray. So many lovely people in here saying congratulations. Thank you so much. Sarah says, I love your llama dress. Thank you very much. I like my llama dress. Are you planning any group cruises in the future? Group cruise of sorts. We are doing our 90s versus noughties themed cruise very, very soon in May. I have not got any group cruises planned after that. Moving on to, I don't even know where to begin. So many comments. Thank you so much, everybody. Lots of congratulations. Apparently, we need a special potato of the week this week because this is our 100,000 week. I don't think you can beat a roast potato, so we're just going to go with a standard roast potato. There you are, Alfred. I have also changed my theme, so we're more square now. We have been bubble mode. I thought we would have a change as we got to 100,000 subscribers. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Sam. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone, wherever you're watching this. People maybe even being tomorrow watching this. Hello, Justin. Hey, Justin. Nice to see you. Andy and Kirsty. Hello. Nice to see you. Marcus. Hey, Marcus. Thank you so much for the super chat. Dreams coming true. Thank you very much. It is... I can't think about it. Can't even think about it. Blows my mind. But thank you very, very much. 100,000 million. I don't know. Or I don't know. How big can we go? I have no idea. I never thought 100 people would subscribe, let alone 100,000. So anything is possible, I suppose. Congratulations. Team Cookie. Of course, we're Team Cookie in this chat. Love a chocolate chip cookie, I think is the best. And always have them on all of my cruises. Oh, first question is about Iona. And how reliant are you on the phone and the app? It is possible to get by without it. I think it would be a shame to go on a cruise where most things are done on the app and not use the app. You could, but you do have to book all of your shows. You do have to book most of your meals. So you would have to just be a bit more organized, I guess. You could do it. Yes, you can. I will say P&O's app, it doesn't have daily schedule in it, which is kind of the main thing I think a cruise line's app needs. So you won't be missing out on that. But it's mostly just kind of booking things, checking your onboard account. But you can do that stuff in other ways. You can do. Hudson should be with you celebrating. His bed is there and he was sat there just before this live stream, but he tends to wander off when we go live. I don't know why, if he's a bit shy. I do have a shoe rack over there that has like a little shelf, and you would think Hudson would just jump over it because it's in his way, but he did a kind of limbo thing to get out of it. It was so funny. So funny. Hello from the Lolita Loca mods. Hello, everyone in the Loca fam. Lovely to see you. Hello to Paul. Drinking Pepsi. I'm actually not. I'm trying to, I don't know, restrict my Pepsi, get over my addiction to Pepsi. So after this live stream, I will treat myself to a Pepsi. Do not worry. Thank you, Craig, for my super sticker. Thank you, Brent. Congratulations on reaching 100K. Everyone hit the like button. Yes, that would be amazing. I don't know where I would be if you guys hadn't hit your like buttons on all of those videos. When I look back at my first ones, Why some of you stuck around, I don't know, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Gregory from San Francisco. Amazing. I have been to San Francisco a long time ago. Love to go back. My main memory of San Francisco, this is silly, but it's where I went to Burger King, I think, and I got an extra large soda, and I have never in my life had a soda that was so big as this one that I had in San Francisco. I do have other memories, of course. It was a great holiday, but that blew my mind. Thank you, John, who says your admirers could fill Wembley Stadium and 10,000 more people begging for tickets outside. Can you imagine? I can't. You're going to make my brain pop if we try and think about that, so let's not. Oh, Tony or Jenny running around, but wanting to pop in and say congratulations. Thank you very much, Tony. It is an honor. It is an honor to be on the same journey as you guys. It's been so much fun and lots more to do. Loads more places to go, lots more things to do. Oh, we have a question from Scott, and it said, watch the video you put out about you must have an adult in a room. If a family with a couple of kids got a balcony and an inside room across the hall, if the adult stayed in one room while the kids stayed in the other, what are the odds they would be caught out and get in trouble? Nothing really. It's just, it will be kind of annoying because your room keys wouldn't work in the right rooms. But yeah, not condoning it. You normally have to have someone who is an adult for just safety reasons. But yeah, up to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much, everyone. Ding dong, did you see my comment? No, I see your comment now. It says ding dong. I don't see any other comments. I see a lot of comments. If you ask me a question and I'm not answering it, I'm not ignoring it, it's impossible. I challenge you even just to read the comments, let alone speaking at the same time. It is tricky. What is your favorite part of your 100K subscriber journey? Oh my goodness. It's got to be just the other people I've met on this journey. I look back at all of my live streams that I've done with, Tony and Don and Sherry and these people that I looked up to for years and years and years. And now we have conversations and we're friends, and it's just crazy. It's so nice to know everybody else. Everyone kind of knows different things, and it's really nice. It makes me very happy. Not just the big YouTubers too. I mean, I spend loads of time doing podcasts or live streams. Sometimes there's only, a few people watching, but it doesn't matter. It is just restores, reminds me why I love this. It's just so nice. Thank you, Denise has become a YouTube member. You now have access to our Discord chat, our podcast, and we do a bonus live stream every month. That is what you have access to now. Oh, Matt says, what do you think about Virgin redesigning the staterooms and Scarlet Lady? Yes, so they have decided to redesign their cabins and add more storage, which I think is amazing. Well overdue, but I think it's really good, A lot of cruise lines don't take feedback, really. Virgin did get a lot of feedback, yes, but they have, they have worked on it. I'm pretty impressed. Considering I wasn't very impressed when I first went on Virgin, I had a good time on Virgin last year. And good for them. Do they still print the daily schedule? On almost all cruise lines, yes. Some of them don't. They're moving that way, but almost all of them do. I'm blown away by all of these comments, guys. I don't want to miss anything. With these super chats, like John, thank you so much, John, but it gives me basically a countdown and they time out. So if I don't see, I have to catch them before they go. So thank you so much, John. Appreciate that one. Andrew says, which cruise line do you think has the best theatre shows? If we're talking about one-off best show, I will probably pick a Norwegian show. I love the big musicals, with a storyline, songs I know. I love all of that stuff. But they tend to have one amazing show, and then the rest of the nights, it doesn't live up to that amazing show. They'll often repeat things over and over again. So if I was to pick any cruise line, which entertainment do I like best? At the minute, it is Marella, which I know is an interesting choice. They're a small British cruise line, but they do different shows every single night, and every single one I really enjoy. So I'm sticking with Marella for that one. What is your favorite cruise ship and why? I don't have one favorite cruise ship. I think that's a difficult question. It depends who I'm with. It depends where I'm going. Some cruise lines are much better for the rain. Some are much better for the sunshine. I like a lot of the Norwegian ships. I think a lot of the princess ships are beautiful. The MSC ships, they're very shiny. I like those ones too. Loads of them. Loads and loads and loads. What channels do you recommend for good ship tours? There's loads of good ship tours. I watch a lot from Cruise Tips TV, from Sherry. Visit With Us do really good 4K ones too. Loads and loads and loads and loads. You can get very, I have some on my channel. They're not up to the same standard. But yeah, I like it when I see Sherry has one from Cruise Tips TV. Kevin, hello Kevin, thank you so much. Congratulations, so proud of you. Thank you, appreciate it. It blew my mind. Earlier I was looking at my earlier videos I got some clips that I'm going to show you in a minute, and to see the same names, Sherry from Cruise Tips TV commented on my first ever video and said, well done, keep it up. And then here we are 5 years later, still keeping it up. Hundreds of videos later, at least 350 I think I've done since then. But it's fun, it is good fun. Tim says, could you please tell the story of quitting your old job for YouTube, boss reaction, co-worker reaction? I do have a full video about this. It's called I Quit. It goes into more detail than I can here, or I take up most of the live stream. But I have to say it was not a surprise to anybody. They knew that I had been doing all of this cruise stuff since 2016, years and years and years, gradually building it up. No one was surprised. My boss said, I can't convince you to stay, can I? And I said no. And I left, and there was no surprises there from anybody. They're very, very supportive, said, you go for it, girl. And I did. Cameron says, my friend is reluctant to go on a cruise, and I'm sure he would love it. What can I do to convince him? I think it's really tricky with cruising because you can't try it before you buy it. And until you walk into a cruise ship or you stand next to one on the ground and you look up at a cruise ship, I don't think you can really get an idea of the scale. The best thing you can do is show other people having a great time on that cruise, to be quite honest. There's loads of videos that go through almost every step of the whole day. And I think things like that will probably ease some of their concerns. Ask them if they're nervous about things. A lot of my friends are nervous about, dress codes or who else is going to be on board. Or some of my friends didn't realize that you could get off cruise ships at all. They thought you do a 7-night cruise and not get off. So, don't assume that they know when they've made a decision that they don't like it, because they might just not know. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Jim, for my super chat. Well, the amazing Emma has 100K. Thank you so much. Yes. So Jim gave me a super chat a while ago for a folding table. You're on the folding table now. We can fold you up or down. I did break this laptop that I'm using on this table because it span round. It fell off and both the corners fell off, but it is fine. It is still functional. Yes, my relaunch of my cruise course in a few days. It's a bit longer than a few days, I hope, because I'm not quite ready for it yet. But yes, that is the 10th of February. I've been redoing today some stuff I did yesterday before my computer crashed and corrupted everything. And I'm very proud of it. I'm very excited for it to come out and for you to see it. Cruise Show UK are flying over the Atlantic right now on the way to Mardi Gras. That is amazing. That is dedication. I love comments like this. I get them all the time now that say, I have no interest in cruising, never been on a cruise. I just like your videos. And, that sometimes means more than someone who came to my channel because they like cruising. The fact I could, reach a whole new audience is so cool. Oh my goodness, Holly. Hey, Holly. It's nice to see you. And Sana. Hey, Sana. Peter says, hello from Brighton in the cold. Yes, I know. I had a hat on just before this live stream. I decided to take it off just for you guys. I thought it would look a bit strange if I had a hat on during my live stream. So if you guys are ready, I will show you a clip from my first YouTube video. It's been unlisted on my channel for quite a long time. And if you're ready, I'm gonna show you. Let me know if you're ready. Santa says, can't wait to see the new and improved cruise course, as the original was fabulous. Thank you so much. I think this is kind of the same thing as when I look back at my old YouTube videos. I see how far I have come, and I think, oh, the new one is so much better. I'm so proud of it. Yeah. Have you been recognized on the streets or on a cruise yet? I've been recognized on lots of cruises. Well, I was doing some volunteering at a COVID vaccine center, and I was recognized there, which I thought was strange. But normally in my normal life, no. I think when you see someone in context, it kind of, even if someone did see me out on the street, I could be anyone. But when you see me on a cruise, I guess it's, oh, is that Oh, she's on a cruise, so that makes sense. Probably, yes. Thank you, Andrew, for my super chat. Right, I'm going to try this. I'm going to play this. Hopefully it's okay. This is my first ever YouTube video. God, it's making me tear up just thinking about it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to have to embark your cruise. So you get to the terminal. It's sort of like an airport kind of. You go through security and you'll be given at check-in a cruise card, which has your name on it, and it will let you into your room and it will let you charge things to your onboard account. So you can pay for drinks, you give them your card, you pay for the casino with your card, everything's done on your card. Well, that is me. And my first YouTube video. It's so strange to see how far I've come in just the way I kind of present and the way I talk. Because I wasn't sad, I wasn't bored. I think I was probably a bit scared of the camera back then, but it's amazing to see how far I've come. But that's how everyone starts out on YouTube. They sit down, they press record, and you make a 1%, if that, improvement each time. And when you've done 350 videos like I have, 100,000 people have subscribed, which is crazy. If you told me back then that that's what was going to happen, would have never believed you. Never believed you. Adorable. Thank you. I don't know. It's strange. John is on a cruise. Hello, John. Did you take any presentation training? No. So I studied maths at university. Here in the UK, it's maths. It's not math, it's maths. I did a job in data development. I've always been very maths, logical. Coding was my day job, writing code. And it's a world away from presenting or anything like that. I have just, yes, Jim says, why do you seem older on your first? I thought this too, and I was really proud because it's a long time ago. But I think so as well. I think it's just, I don't know, I think bad lighting or something. But I agree. I think I look older when I was younger. Rob says, where is your YouTube plaque? You have to wait until YouTube say that you can have the plaque and then apply for the plaque and then get the plaque. So I think it's going to be quite a while, but you do get one when you get to 100,000 subscribers. I'm waiting. As soon as I can order it, I will be ordering it. I'm really looking forward to it. Plump Travelers, thank you for your super chat. Congratulations, well deserved. From Canada, onwards and upwards indeed. What got you interested in cruising? So I don't really have memories of before I took my first cruise or not being interested in cruising, because I took my first cruise when I was 11. So I just always knew that cruising was fun. I thought that everyone else knew that when I was around 19, 20 maybe, and I wanted to take my friends on cruises. I realized that not everyone else knew what I knew, and I basically set out to kind of show people how much fun cruising is. And hopefully we have done that. Your channel helped me to survive 2020. I'm glad it was for me. You know, I'd already been on YouTube for years when 2020, all of that stuff happened. All of a sudden, you know, 95% of my traffic was gone. Everything was down, and it's taken years. It's still not back to normal, but I needed it too. Trust me, in 2020, I needed to keep going. I was working from home in a job I wasn't passionate about data development, so it did keep me going. Any plans to come to the States? I have been to the States many, many times. I have family in America. I have been to the edges, really. I've been to the edges of America. I have done a little bit of the middle. I have been quite a few times. I haven't been since the pandemic for obvious reasons, but yes, I would like to. How much time do you spend watching other people's YouTube videos to research different cruises and ports? Do you feel seasick if they don't use gimbals to keep them stable? I watch everything at 2x speed, so everything looks like it moves quite a lot, and I think I'm just used to it now. But yes, I do research what's going to happen in ports, get ideas from, I was watching Steph's stuff and, different people in nice sunny places when I'm here in the UK and it's cold. So yes, started calling it maths a few years ago. Yes, it is definitely maths here. If you said math, if you said math, People would say, why are you trying to be so American? Why are you trying to be so American? Will you be going on Wonder of the Seas when it comes to Europe? I would love to. I would love to. I have a cruise booked on Anthem of the Seas that I booked in 2020, then 2021, now 2022. So hopefully that'll happen. I haven't got plans for Wonder of the Seas right now, but never say never. I would love to. Any cruise plans to celebrate 100,000? I ordered a Chinese that day. That was my celebration. I don't have any plans beyond that. I do have an announcement to make, but I'm not ready to make it yet. I'm talking to a cruise line about it. We're doing something together. So when that's ready, I will let you know about it. Why do you leave your old videos unlisted? There's a couple that I leave unlisted. There's videos way back to 2017 on my channel. But some of them are unlisted. Some of them are just not related to cruising, so there's no point in them being on my channel. They only get the odd curious view. Sometimes I see someone who's gone back and they say, "Oh, I'm here in 2022," which is so strange, but it is cool. Mark says, have you been on a cruise during the Omicron surge? Were there any issues? I just got back from a cruise pretty recently, a couple of weeks ago. I have been cruising throughout last year. As soon as we could cruise again from the UK, I've been cruising. No issues, very, very safe, much better than being at home. You just have to look at what is classed as a cruise ship outbreak and compare it to general life. I just saw a comment from Justin that says Wisconsin doesn't count as a bit of the middle. I wasn't counting Wisconsin as a bit of a middle, but I have been to Wisconsin quite a few times. Yes, I have. But yes, as far as kind of COVID cruising goes, I feel, here in the UK, we've got rid of all of our COVID restrictions now. So on a cruise ship, there's a lot more rules. Everyone's tested, everyone's vaccinated. Genuinely think it's better to be on a cruise than at home. Claire says, Tony is aiming for 18 million. 18 million sounds fantastic. What is your next goal? I would like to get a video to a million views on a video, because how cool does that sound? My best one at the minute is 850,000, I think. So we're not a world away. That would be just cool. That would be just so cool. Thank you, Jackie, for my super chat, who says, congratulations. Please use this to celebrate your success. Oh my god, you guys are so generous. I don't know what to do when people, apart from say thank you. I know a lot of other YouTubers do dances. They have lights and things going off, and I'm not less grateful because I don't have those things. I just thank you very much. Couldn't get it to be an even 100. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate it. JJ Cruz in here. Hey, JJ Cruz. I've been catching up with all of my cruise news from Jordan, which has been fantastic. Sending you casino vid this weekend. Yes, so with my cruise course that's coming out again on the 10th of February, I am enlisting other people who know things that I don't know. So I've been working today on my friend Chris is from Australia. So he's done me a bonus bit about Australian cruise lines and Australian cruising. And JJ Cruz adding me a bit about casino rewards. I gamble maybe $10 per cruise. So I have enlisted these guys very, very kindly. Appreciate that one. You guys are fabulous. Which cruise line is best for a first-time cruiser? P&O's Iona or Saga? Ooh, very different cruise lines. So P&O are our biggest cruise line here in Britain. If you see an advert, it's probably going to be for a P&O cruise, and they're great. Saga are a 50-plus cruise line. And I'd say Saga are much more luxurious, they're much more expensive, and there is a lot included in the Saga cruise. So it includes even your taxi from your front door. They literally pick you up from your front door, take you on the cruise. Your travel insurance is included. It is everything. It's more kind of relaxed. It's a Saga 50-plus cruise, but the ships are fantastic. So it depends really what you want. If you want a more expensive, luxurious kind of relaxed cruise, Saga, I would book a Saga cruise probably if I could. If you're, more family kind of vibe, Iona, definitely. Iona's fantastic. Thank you, Justin, for my super chat. Have you been on any Oasis class ships? I have not. I've only been on Independence of the Seas for Royal Caribbean. I would love to try Oasis. A big, big, big ship. Bigger the better, I think, would be really cool. But they just haven't been where I have been. I'm not avoiding them for any reason. And for the last, things have happened in the last couple of years that have made that a bit more difficult. Don't know if anyone has noticed. What is one cruise ship you want to do in the future and why? I want to try Mardi Gras because I've been watching everyone else try Mardi Gras and it just seems like so much fun. Oh, Emma Otter is in here. Hello to Emma Otter. Let's get these likes up, says Thomas. Yes, please. That would be amazing. That would be awesome. So many comments. Thank you so much. Will you be launching merch? I'm wearing one of my merches. You can't see it. There we go. Emma Cruises. I have just moved over my t-shirts. I've had a Teespring store since probably 2017. But I wasn't really, I don't know. Their products are okay, but nothing particularly wow. They took a long time to come. They're a bit kind of, you know, when t-shirts are a bit plasticky. I didn't really like that. And my friend Chris used this company, T-Mill. I got one of his and I wear his one all the time. So I thought I'd move mine over. The link's in the description to T-Mill. We have these like little Emma Cruises ones, big Emma Cruises ones, and all of the kind of more comedy ones that we used to have. They're now on my T-Mill. So the link is in the description. Have you ever cruised with Norwegian? I've cruised with Norwegian more than any other cruise line, maybe 9 times, I think. I know Norwegian. Yes, I loved all of that freestyle dining. I like the no dress codes. The ships are amazing. I think my favorite cruise ship, if I'm pushed to say a favorite cruise ship, Norwegian Spirit. I have a special place for that one. It was my first cruise ship. I cruised on her again. She's had a big refit since then, but I would love to go back and see what is happening. I'm just going to grab my tea. Which side is it? It's over here. I can't believe Hudson hasn't come back to say hi. He tried to sniff my tea bag and he doesn't like peppermint tea, that's for sure. How many cruises have you done? I think I'm on 40 now. Oh my goodness, you guys. I got quoted. Well, not quoted. They wrote, there was a website that wrote an article about me, which was very cool. And they called me a TikToker above a YouTuber and a blogger. And I just think that makes me sound like I'm really cool and I'm really down with the kids. In reality, my TikTok is me sharing stuff from my YouTube channel. But it is fun. I do like TikTok. So maybe I can add TikToker to my first thought is resume, but we don't say resume in the UK. We say CV. But American phrases get in my brain. Oh, you have a place to stay if you want to try an Oasis class ship. You'll be on Mardi Gras in May. I'm on Anthem of the Seas in May, and we have our 90s and noughties themed cruise in May. So that May is the busiest time for me. Or that would be awesome. You're gonna love it. I cannot wait to see your stuff. It's gonna be so cool. So cool. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for all of these comments. Makes my eyes go a bit funny. Thank you for the super chat. Congratulatory cookie hype. Thank you very much. I certainly am going to be able to buy myself some cookies. What are the best cookies I can get on land? If there's no budget and I'm going to really treat myself, what is the best cookie? I don't know. John says, slow down comments. Michael says, is MSC a bad choice for a first ever cruise? I keep hearing how they're very different to other cruise lines. I have a video that's called Why Are MSC So Different? So I am sticking with the idea that they're different from other cruise lines. I took 3 first-time cruises on an MSC cruise and they loved it. They still talk about it all the time. They had a great time. And it was quite funny for me. I mean, the MSC entertainment isn't my favorite. I find it's entertaining, but it's just bizarre. And these first-time cruisers, they thought it was absolutely fantastic. They had nothing else kind of to compare it to. But I really like the MSC ships. We got an amazing deal. We did a Mediterranean cruise in January, which is better than being in the UK in January. I try not to compare, you know, you can look at it and say, oh, well, the weather's much better in the Mediterranean in July versus January. Yeah, but I still have to exist in January, and either I'm in the Mediterranean or I'm in the UK. So we did that in January, very, very, very cheap, and we all had a great time. So I think so, yes. But go into it knowing that not every cruise line is like that. And if you go into it and you hate the fact the announcements are done in multiple languages, or you hate the fact that people get on and off every single day and it's a bit confusing, just remember that that's not every cruise line. MSC definitely are a different one, but I think they're a good choice. They say CV in our London office, finally getting used to it. Yeah, it's definitely a CV here. But yeah, stick with the Britishisms. I am sticking with the Britishisms. I've become more aware of Britishisms, if anything else, since doing all of this stuff. Oh my goodness, Ilana, so many people here. It's so nice to see everyone. I don't know how long I've been following you and how I probably do have some kind of old comments from us going back years and years and years. Andrew says, would you cruise on a Disney Cruise Line cruise again? I would not pay my money to pay for a Disney cruise at the price that Disney cruise charge. But, you know, if someone wanted to invite me on a Disney cruise, I would go. I wouldn't not go, but I would prefer to spend my money on something else. If I was going to do a Disney cruise, I would want to do it in, you know, in the Caribbean. I'd want to go to their island and properly do it like that. The Disney cruise I took was from the UK. It's different. It is always going to be different. John says, my wife does not have a mobile. Can I use mine to book for both of us on the apps? Yes. Quite often when I go on a cruise, like my Disney cruise, I went on that one with my mum and I would do everything pretty much through my app. Same with P&O, you can book your cabin. So however many of you there are in your cabin, you can be in charge of it and that's fine. You don't each need to do it. If you are like a big booking though and you're over multiple cabins, you'll have to organize and make sure you've booked the same shows at the same time. Oh, if a cruise line asks you to be a cruise director or a position, no, I don't think so. I don't want to be. I don't want to be linked to any cruise line, to be quite honest with you, because why would I? You know, I'm not loyal to any cruise line. Every cruise line has its own perks. Every cruise line has its own drawbacks, and I like being able to do that. So no, I don't think so. Becky says, congratulations, I'm a fairly new fan. That is so cool. It's so cool to see. I mean, obviously, the people who I see coming back year after year is amazing. But to see new people coming up now, especially since the cruise industry is reopening, I think it's a really interesting time. So that's pretty cool. They don't do multiple languages in the USA on MSC yet. They don't need to because, you know, if you take a Mediterranean cruise with MSC, there's going to be French people, Spanish people, Russian people, German people, Polish people, English people. There's all kinds of people on MSC cruises. They don't really need that in the same way if you're in the USA. Let's petition Disney to send us on the Disney Wish. That would be so fun. That would be amazing. The prices though, the prices. If someone wants to go fund this, I'm 100% down with it. It sounds amazing. Do you collect any particular cruise items or souvenirs during these cruises? For example, I've saved all my cruise cards. Yes, cruise cards are the only thing that I collect and save, and they're all stuck to my fridge because I think that it's a fridge magnet, it's a souvenir, it tells me where I was, what dates, and I just like them. So yeah, my fridge is mishmash of all kinds of different cruise cards at the moment, but I have the odd kind of cruise ship model, or if it's a particularly special cruise, like when we did the first celebrity one, the first cruise back after the pandemic, they gave us like a book, and I have things like that, but I don't, you know, go and get this every time I'm on a different ship. I don't have the room in my house. If I had space, maybe I would, but I'd have to stick them to the ceiling or something, and it wouldn't be good. JJ Cruz say Disney Caribbean is truly a blast. I'm sure it's very different in the Caribbean. How much do you spend on your average cruise and how long do they last? I'd happily cruise lots, just cost and time off work make it fairly hard to do. Yes. So looking at kind of the cruises I did last year, I did quite a few 3-night cruises and a couple of 7-night cruises. I'm not happy if I spend more than £100 per night on a cruise. And if I spend £50 a night on a cruise, I'm very, very happy. That's kind of my range, between £50 and £100 per night. And normally I cruise for a week or less. I did do a longer one over Christmas, 12 nights, which was amazing. But it is different for me now. I run my own business. I work while I'm at sea, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference to me. Why is my ear bright purple? Is that bad? It doesn't make too much difference to me if I'm at sea or if I'm at home. So might as well be at sea, I think. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for all of your comments. My eyeballs. Thank you for this super chat. It doesn't have a name, doesn't have an anything, but I appreciate that. Yes. Thank you so much as well to all of the moderators who are in the chat. I wouldn't dare do a live stream without you guys who are looking after the chat. It's a lot of work. So thank you so much to everyone. If you see people with a little kind of spanner next to their name, that means that they're a moderator. And they are working away. Yep, someone is talking about you and your ears are burning. Yes, I think so. Bill, hey Bill. Thank you. I'm sorry if you didn't enter a name and you had to just do it again to get your name there, but hey Bill, appreciate that one. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It's just one ear. Does that mean anything? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I showed you my first ever YouTube video, and I do have another one, which is kind of the first time that I did more of a vlog, and I kind of went on the cruise and I filmed this video. And I think it's funny, this clip, because it shows that I have not changed at all in what I think about cruising. So this clip was from 2017. I'm going to play it for you now, and you will be able to see instantly that I've always had the same kind of priorities.
This bed you can see here was in a part of the ship that they call the Sanctuary. It is a paid for extra. I'm not sure if I would actually pay for it. It was really comfortable. Maybe if I'd saved a lot of money on getting an inside cabin instead of a balcony, I might treat myself, but I don't tend to spend extra when I'm on board.
Looks really cool, doesn't it? Really nice looking ship.
So you can see there, I'm not wanting to spend money on things like the Sanctuary. I have been in the Sanctuary on Princess Cruises, and it is fantastic. But again, I'm very much a budget cruiser. I like to save money where I can. And it's cool for me to see that I've always had those ideas. I've always been very kind of sensible with my money, I would say. I would enjoy things so much more if I used the discount code versus paid full price. Or if I got something for free, I will enjoy it extra. Lorraine says a Britishism is spanner. In North America, it's called a wrench. Yes, because there's the song Monkey Wrench, and that's how I know what. That's how I learned what a wrench was. It's always a spanner, always a spanner. Oh, Greg asked a good question. Is it just me, or do you find the class of people that take shorter cruises are far different from those that take 7? I wouldn't say class. I don't think it's anything to do with class, but you will find a different demographic of people. I have taken cruises that are, 2 or 3 nights, some that over a weekend, and you'll find people who are more interested in partying, especially if the cruise line has all-inclusive drinks. It's just, why not? If you're going to celebrate your birthday, you might as well do it on an all-inclusive cruise over a weekend. It's easy and it's fantastic. The more, the longer cruises you get, the more kind of exotic destinations you go to, especially if you do a repositioning cruise that is more complicated because it starts and ends in different places. You're going to get older people because it's more expensive and they have more money, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with class. You look slimmer in that old clip. Okay. Booze cruise, yes. Demographic, yes. I think it is a kind of demographic thing. But it is money, of course. I'm sure most people who were doing the 2 or 3 night cruises like me would like to do the 7 or the 14 too, but it's just not always possible. When are you getting a blue check mark? I don't know. I don't know. I am talking to YouTube. Oh my goodness, you get to talk to YouTube now. I've never had an email address or any way to talk to YouTube. If anything goes wrong, you're on your own. But I'm talking to YouTube next week, so that's very exciting. Very, very cool. What cameras do you use for your videos? I have a Canon M50 for my normal YouTube videos. I don't use GoPro anymore. I used GoPro for years, but the battery was just terrible. It would overheat. It was just hard work. So I use a DJI Osmo Pocket 2 now. It's the same idea as a GoPro, but it is tiny, tiny, tiny. And that is what I film a lot of my stuff on the ships on, and also just my phone. Also just my phone. I love that you're unapologetically frugal. I saw a comment the other day and it was like, because I said on Disney cruises, the soda is free by the pool. So I would just walk and get a free one and take it to my room instead of ordering one on room service that's going to cost, I don't know, $3, maybe more than that on a Disney cruise. And someone said, how can you be enjoying yourself when you're doing that? When you're going out your way to get something for free. I'm enjoying it so much more. Imagine if I, paid $3 for something I could get for free just by walking down the corridor. I wouldn't be happy. So it's just a personal thing, of course. For some people, it's not worth it to save the money. But for me, it was me and my mum. I saved $6 there every time I did that. No brainer, no brainer. I can spend that on something more useful. But each to their own. I totally get if you don't want to walk, fair enough. But for me, I enjoy it. Talking to YouTube, yeah, talking to YouTube, very, very cool. What the heck is a blue check mark? Blue check mark just means you're like a verified channel. You have to get 100,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping that it's going to make it easier with some of the kind of spammy, scammy comments that go on where people pretend to be me. Lizzie Lou says, Emma Otter is an excellent travel agent in the UK. Yes, Emma Otter is the travel agent I have used for a very long time. After I booked, I don't know, 4 or 5 cruises with her, I asked if we could work together because, why not? Makes sense. She's fabulous. So now you can book cruises through Emma and me on my website, emmacruises.com. And it is good fun. It is so nice because for a while, everything that came towards us was just cruise cancellations, and now we get to see where people are going and talk to people, and it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Welsh cruisers, which vloggers inspired you in the beginning? So I think before, I have always watched YouTube. I mean, when did YouTube launch? 2005. So I've pretty much watched YouTube most of my life. I was born in 94. But there was kind of a big British YouTuber thing where, I don't know, around 2010, I used to follow people and I would buy their t-shirts, I'd buy their hats. They didn't really, it wasn't a niche. It wasn't like a cruise niche or anything like that. It was more the lifestyle kind of YouTube, but I loved it. My mum says, I never realized Emma is filming because the DJ camera is so small. It is tiny, 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 really tiny, really. I don't even know how to show you how tiny, but very, very tiny. Last time I was on Disney Cruise, room service was free. Room service was free, but you have to pay for the drinks when I was on there. That is what it said. So I was not doing that. Major compliment. Energetically frugal. I like that. I'll just keep that as my tagline. Yeah. Emma Otter's ears are burning. Has no volume. Trying to read the comments instead. Oh, good luck with that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one. I know some people think that it doesn't make sense to save money when you're on a cruise, but if I can save it and I can, to the point where sometimes you might move a cruise a couple of days earlier, save £200, and you can just spend that on going earlier and staying in a hotel. Yeah, it's strange. Oh, Tim says, when you went for a Christmas cruise, how much of the time was spent trying to smooth out logistics? It was pretty easy in terms of logistics because we cruised from the UK. Did you take charge of all 6 of you, and did you let your parents drive? I took charge of everything. When I got to the cruise, though, me and my brother had a booking together, and he had already got on without me. He didn't even wait for me in the cruise port. So, yeah, but it was all kind of, I organized everything. It was okay. It was fine. The only thing was, nothing was difficult, but everything I needed to do, we all needed to do it. So when we needed, a form to get into this country, 6 of those. When you need a health declaration form, 6 of those. When you need a booking form, 6 of those. We couldn't print any kind of luggage tags. It just wasn't ready. That was a bit annoying, but it was fine. It was fun. Hi, Emma. Would you ever think about doing a transatlantic on the Queen Mary 2, or is that not really your type of thing? This would have been my thing. If you asked me a couple of months ago, I probably would have said yes. But I honestly think my Christmas cruise has put me off of doing a transatlantic. The Christmas cruise I took was down to the Canary Islands from the UK, and we had the worst weather that I've ever had on a cruise. I'm pretty used to being, I'm fine with being seasick on a cruise. That's okay. But we were at sea for 4 days at the beginning, and by the time we got there on the 5th day, I really wanted to get to land. So if I had to do another, 2 or 3 days, I wouldn't enjoy it as much as a cruise that had ports. Never saying never, maybe, but it's gone down in my priority list just because of how rough that cruise was. Oh, hi, Emma. Going on my first cruise with P&O in May, wondering how easy it would be to add the second passenger into my cabin, or would I have to cancel and rebook? This is exactly the type of question that I get, copy and paste it, and I ask Emma Otter because I do not know. Emma, if you're still in the comments, if you could answer this one, I would assume it's pretty easy and they will just adjust it. If you're in, I don't know how many of you are in the cabin, just one and then add a second. Yeah, it should be fine. They would want more money, wouldn't they? The cruise line should. Oh yeah, when we have a big camera, people often to take photos for us. That's quite nice. Sometimes, if you're with one other person on a cruise, you'll probably never get any photos of you together. So that's quite cool. How do you like Princess compared to other lines? I really like Princess. When did I first cruise with Princess? I don't know, 2018, I think, my first Princess cruise. And I have done 3 since then. One in Asia, which was my favorite cruise of all time, Singapore to Tokyo. And Princess is very much relaxed, kind of grown up, sophisticated kind of cruise. I love the technology. I finally got to try that last year, and it was just so cool. To order a drink and it would come to us was very cool. There were definitely some bugs in there. You couldn't order more than 1 drink at a time. So when there were, I think, 8 of us at one point on a balcony, and we had to order all the drinks. So they kept coming and we felt bad for them. But I think they have worked that out. I think they have changed that since then. But I like Princess. It's not a crazy kind of family cruise line. The entertainment's pretty good. The food is pretty good. But it's all very, comfortable. And I feel good on a Princess cruise. Lauren says, what cruise line would you recommend for my first solo cruise? Do you think it's okay to solo travel? I definitely think it's okay to solo travel. Get out there and do it. For people's first solo cruise, I tend to recommend Norwegian if you have the pick of all the cruise lines, because they definitely do solo cruising the best. A lot of cruise lines do have solo cabins. Marella have solo cabins. P&O have solo cabins. Most of the cruise lines do have solo cabins, but on a lot of cruise lines, that's kind of where it ends. They'll give you the cabin. They might do a meetup event that's kind of unhosted, but apart from that, that's normally it. If you're nervous about doing a solo cruise, I think Norwegian are the best place to start. They have like little communities of solo cabins with a solo lounge, and they have snacks and things there. And then you know that everyone else who is there is also a solo cruiser. So I imagine that's very nice. I know Justin, who's in the chat, loves cruising solo with Norwegian, absolutely loves it. So I think that would be my recommendation. On my website, I do have a top picks for solo cruises, emmacruises.com, type in solo, and there's more information there than I can give. Do you ever get the chance to go on the bridge of any cruise ships you travel on? Yes, sometimes. I have done quite a few. I have to say, as far as kind of tours go, the bridge is probably my least favorite. I know that doesn't really make sense, but I've done tours. I've got the highest loyalty status with Norwegian, and you get to do a tour of places like the laundry, and I think that's so much cooler than doing the bridge, because you can't really see or do much on the bridge. You see people sat down, you see lots of buttons, you don't understand what they're doing, but to kind of get the scale of where they recycle the food and where they do all the washing, I just find that really cool. Emma, I love your voice. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I get a lot of mean comments about my voice, obviously. Get a lot of mean comments on YouTube. That's what you get when you get 100,000 subscribers. I had a comment earlier and it said, this is the worst video on YouTube. And it had 212,000 views. So I don't think it is the worst video on YouTube, but it does make me laugh. Hello, Dylan. Oh, he's not on his personal account. I see. Hello, Dylan. Oh my goodness, why is that your favorite cruise? So this was way back at the start of my kind of channel. I have daily videos I did on this cruise, but it was so different from home. It was completely different. Everything we did was just, even if you just bought a drink, you just went in a shop, you just went to the bathroom, it was just cool. It was so cool to see everything. And somewhere that would be more difficult to kind of, we went to places like Vietnam for a day. I'm not going to do that on land for a day, am I? So we saw quite a lot. Love Boat theme cruise. Oh yes, thank you for the super chat. I have heard about the Love Boat theme cruise. I have to admit, I never really watched the Love Boat, but I know so much about it from just cruising with Princess. So it was a TV show that was set on a Princess cruise quite a long time ago. How do you deal with the time difference when sailing out of Florida? So if you're coming across from the UK to Florida, it's easier than coming back the other way, I think. Basically, what happens is, say you're going to fly all day, the time will basically just reset and you'll get there not long after you've left, which is strange. Definitely recommend, if you're kind of doing things independently, booking your own flights and your cruise, put in some hotel stays there, at least 1 or 2 nights, so that you don't You don't want to be trying to organize things when you're really jet lagged. It's coming back that I find harder, because you end up trying to make yourself sleep at what feels like, I don't know, 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and you have to go to bed, and it's hard work. It's easier to stay up, I think, late rather than force yourself to sleep, which is impossible. You can't do that. Thank you for my super chat that just says 100k, 100k indeed. Lauren says thank you. Lauren, you are very welcome. Yes. Ken says the singles lounge on solo NCL cabins is the bomb. There you go. Solo area on Norwegian, are they wheelchair accessible? I would think that they would have to be. Norwegian would be in a lot of trouble, I would think. Yeah. Tim says, I would love to see the kitchens. Yes, this is what I mean. I've seen quite a few of the kitchens, and it's cool to see beyond the, the doors that rotate and they come in and out with the trays, so much stuff. It's so cool to see, everything lined up. When I was on a river cruise, I think it was a river cruise, because it must have been a smaller ship. They had pictures of everyone that had a intolerance and what I thought that was very cool. So they can say, oh, it's the, river cruises are more about a personal experience. So the waiters will know you and they know, she's gluten-free or whatever. And I thought that was cool. But on the ocean ships, they will have pictures of all of the dishes and what they're supposed to look for. What they're supposed to look like. So that's why they always come out looking exactly the same, because they have to look exactly the same. Yeah, Santa says Princess is quite low-key in terms of nightlife. Yes, it is. It is low-key. I'm quite low-key in terms of nightlife, though, so that works quite well for me. What is the easiest way to switch my cruise from Disney to Carnival or Royal Caribbean? The only thing, they're completely different companies. The only thing you can do is get a refund and move it over. Is that an engagement ring on your hand? It is my Nan's wedding ring. When she died, I put this on my hand. So no, it is not. It's on my middle finger. I get this question quite a lot, but it is on my middle finger. Thank God. Congratulations. We did it, Spuds. We did it, Spuds. Yes, we did. When are you going to be on Princess next? I have a Princess cruise booked for the summer. We do have one for the summer, because of this thing where I thought that we would be doing British Isles cruises first. So I booked one, then they cancelled it to replace it with the British Isles cruise. So yes. Oh, do you get into more conversations with cruise crew or fellow passengers? I think a bit of both. It depends. Maybe it depends on the cruise line. Maybe it depends if I already know people on the cruise. I tend to know quite a few people on most of the cruises I do now, so it's easier to, meet other people and stuff. But both, I think. Or sometimes not. Sometimes I keep myself to myself, and that works well for me. Are you going on Wonder of the Seas? Nope, I have not got any plans. I talked about that earlier. That's why I'm answering it very quickly. Rewind if you want to see the answer. Cruise Daily says, congrats, Emma, on 100k. Extremely well deserved. Thank you very much. Very, very, very exciting. Can't think about 100,000 people. Party. What are you drinking? Peppermint tea. Very rock and roll. You'd have to try very hard to make the worst video on YouTube. Well, the way that YouTube works is if you made the worst video on YouTube, you would be the only person that ever watched it. Maybe one person would watch it and then no one else. The way YouTube works is it tests a video, sees how people like it. If they like it, it'll share it with more people. If people don't like it, no one else will ever see it. So there's hundreds of videos on my channel you've probably never seen. Marcus says, would you like to support Emma and join the Spuds? The Spuds? Yes, this is my Patreon page. It is a lovely community we've built up in there. I have hundreds of YouTube videos, hundreds of blog posts, thousands of social media posts that are always going to be free. But if you do want something extra, it starts at $5 a month. And you get to see, behind the scenes things. And I can reply to the messages in Patreon personally, which is very, very nice for me. 100k Spud subscribers. Emma's Patreon is great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really like it. I put off starting a Patreon for a long time, but it's just so nice to have a smaller group I can bounce ideas off of, and people get early access to videos and all kinds of things. Have you done an Alaska cruise? I have. I was 11 years old when I took my Alaska cruise. That is what started everything. What are your best tips for a quiet cruise cabin? Cruise lines to avoid. White noise is fine, but I want to avoid loud People at 3 a.m. I think there's quite a lot to this question. If we're asking tips about cabins and cabin placement, avoid cabins if you can that are below the pool deck. You might hear things, moving around. Avoid above the theatre, avoid below the nightclub. If you can get a cabin that's in the middle of two other decks of cabins, that's going to be the quietest one you can get. Some people will say that it makes a big difference if you're at the end or if you're in the middle in terms of traffic. I haven't really noticed that. But I think really what's more important is which cruise line you pick. If you pick a cruise line that's more relaxed, it's unlikely that people are going to be loud at 3 a.m. If you're awake at 3 a.m., I have been on, a Viking cruise. No one else was there, or Princess or Cunard. It's more about your cruise line selection, I think. Cruise boys say we don't understand the YouTube algorithm. No one understands the YouTube algorithm. That is completely ridiculous. Paul, who is that guy standing behind you? Are you trying to scare me? There is no one behind me. Which of your videos has the most views and most up thumbs? I don't know about thumbs up. My most popular videos are river cruise videos. Yes, river cruise videos. Yes. The one that is the top is I took my first river cruise, blah, 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 story about that, followed by one that's really quite old, but that one blew up for some reason and got a lot of views. And then there's my kind of Scarlet Lady content on there and various other things. But I have booked a river cruise. I am getting back to the river. I'm very, very excited about it because clearly the audience want to learn about river cruising, and I think it's fun. So we will be doing that. YouTube likes it when you like. Yes, YouTube likes it when you like. It is just it sounds like a thumbs up. It is just an encouraging factor. Oh, does he mean the picture of Hudson on your screen? Yes, this is my cat Hudson. If you mean this little guy, this is Hudson. We also have Mini Hudson here. Mini Hudson, and Big Hudson has gone away. But here's my cat. He is everything. It has nearly been an hour again. The time flies during these live streams, and I love doing them. I think we've nearly done 100 live streams, which is crazy. I started these live streams in March of 2020. My company I work for told us to work from home. I wanted a way to kind of end the workday and then move into the cruise world. I've always done all of my cruise stuff in the evenings and the weekends. So I made the live stream at 5 p.m. on Friday because then work is done. That was the plan. And I just never stopped. We carried on and I really enjoy it. It's funny to me to watch my earlier live streams because it's an interesting set of skills. I'm speaking and I'm reading at the same time, and I'm processing I've just got a super sticker. I know I've got to say that before it runs out, and I'm thinking about the next thing while I'm still speaking. So sometimes I forget what I'm saying, but I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I watch back my live streams that I've done with guests, which is cool, and I see how much I fidget. At least I'm smiling all the time. I'm always drinking squash, but it's quite funny to see. Hudson is Emma's video editing supervisor. He is the supervisor of everything. He is my boss. If he wants to step on the keyboard, delete everything, then he can do that. And sometimes he does. Yes, Mini Hudson. Mini Hudson is super cute because he looks exactly like Hudson, and he came from the Cruise Boys. Thank God. Thank you for your super sticker. Appreciate that one. Love the live streams. You really have to multitask doing these. Yes, I think it's a good brain exercise, though. There's nothing quite like it, and it has taken a lot of practice. 100,000 subscribers proves it. Thank you very much, Cruise Boys. I was looking at, my journey here, how many years it has taken. And it's been, obviously there was a cruise shutdown in the middle, which kind of slowed things down, but it's been a fun journey. Is this your full-time job? This is my full-time job amongst many other things. I sell a course, I do consultations, I write a lot, I make YouTube videos, my Patreons, loads of things, but this is a part of it, yes. Congratulations on the 100K. Thank you very much. I will be back next week at the usual time. We have Lucy from Cruising as Crew. I don't know if you know Lucy. You should know Lucy if you don't. I met her on board Scarlet Lady, and she is my guest next week. She works on board cruise ships, so we'll be able to get that insider knowledge, which will be very, very cool. But that will be at the normal time of 5 p.m. UK time. It's so nice to see all of you in here. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend. Yes, well, actually, we've got 34 seconds. So I'm going to stay here for you. I'll wait. You can go out. Imagine it's like the cinema and everyone is leaving. Lucy is fab, say the cruise boys. Yes, she is fab. She is lovely. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be at the normal time. Yes, over 500 viewers on our live stream. Terrifying, but lots of fun. Lots of fun. Okay. Thank you, guys. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys. And thank you for 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 thank yous. If I could, then I would. Congrats. Thank you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Moderators are super. Yes, thank you so much, moderators. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.